Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV back with another video. I know the image is a little tiny, but let me see if I can improve that. Let me just make it a little bigger. Let's do that. I mean, it's kind of a weird looking image, but we will use it. Back with another video. I mean, happy holiday season. I kind of forget to say that every video, but I mean, we're narrowing in on 4 days till Christmas, so yeah. Let's get into it. We have The Watcher, the 6th episode, the penultimate, the episode before the finale. We are actually going to be watching that tomorrow. Me and my dad are, probably when I get off work. I might just watch it before I go to work. I don't know. I kind of want to watch it with my dad though, because it's fun to watch with other people. But yeah, The Watcher. Here we go. So, after the frenetic discovery last time out, episode 6 of The Watcher continues behind Dean and Nora as they chase the black shadow escaping from them. Nora is apprehensive and keeps pulling Dean back. The tunnels keep on getting deeper. The tunnel keeps on getting deeper as Dean finally feels the answers are near. Like, they finally think they have some solid evidence on who could be doing this with the tunnels in the house. So, Pierce was not lying about this, right? After a while, the tunnel opens up into a small room where they find a cot, a lamp, and some food even. This is where the Watcher has been sleeping post his nightly sojourns in the house. Ultimately, the Shadow is able to lose them, and the Brannicks run into a dead end. Behind the dummy wall, we have a surprise waiting for us. It is John Graff, or at least someone posing as him, ringing the doorbell to another secret door. So yeah, we figure out that it's this John Graff character. I don't know if it's the real John Graff. We don't know if it's like someone posing as him to freak the family out and to make it seem like hard evidence, to like kind of send a warning. It's this guy though. It's either that guy or Pearl or Jasper. It's one of those three. We've definitely narrowed it down as audiences because maybe they hired him to go through the tunnels and freak him out. Maybe the Watcher switches every time. That could be a big plot twist. Obviously, this happened in real life, so I kind of hate to use like literary, like movie type of terms because it actually happened, and I feel bad for the family that actually went through this. This is pretty bad. This one leads to Pearl's house, to whom John says they're on to us. So it is either Pearl, John, or his name's actually John. His name is John, I'm pretty sure. Pearl, John, or Jasper. Chamberlain welcomes the Brannicks with sarcasm dipped in scathing anger. He is upset with the couple for their blow up at the club and for putting Karen's relationship under the scanner. So people are definitely going to be like onto them, even though they didn't really do anything wrong. He knows this. He's just kind of worried about everything. He instead of helping them, he says he will ensure no police officer ever steps into the house again. He's like, nope, I don't give a fuck. You're costing me my relationship, so I don't care. You can go rot. I don't care. He also threatens Dean with personal vengeance, saying he knows Dean wrote one of the letters. Like, he can frame him. He can tell the police that Dean did this, and Dean would be in big trouble. Like, if all this time Dean would be revealed as the Watcher, which is obviously not true because other people have been terrorized with Dean, like with the Watcher, and there's no way Dean knows where this other girl lives. This episode goes in insane directions. I can't wait to keep talking about it. I mean, there's some awesome things that happen in this episode. It's not awesome. It's just really interesting and really fun to watch. I mean, it's a really good show, man. The Brannicks are shocked. Who could it be? Is it Theodora because no one else knows? It could be the handwriting expert, which is what Theodora says. Like, she tries to frame it not to be the handwriting expert or whatever. But of course she will say that to cover her ass, right? Or is Chamberlain testifying to his involvement by saying that he has been hearing it? Questions, and then some more of them. That's all this show has consisted of so far. The PI reinstalls the Brannick's confidence in her obsession with the case and innocence. She has new information. Roger Kaplan's lead has worked out well. The ex-wife Trish has given her loads of information. She separated from Roger about 25 years ago when he married one of his students, Maiko. I think it was like the Asian girl that was writing the letter. They showed it in the show. It's fucking weird. You're with one of your students. That's weird. Unless you're like in your mid-20s and she was in college, It's fucking weird to do that. Roger Kaplan. I guess he's just a really weird man. I don't know. Trish is sure that the Watcher is indeed Roger. People are kind of testifying against him and saying, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Roger that did this. And then we get a peek into the mysterious English teacher who can make a living with his strange and keen obsession with houses. Roger grew up poor but had rich friends. He used to fanboy over the houses in Westfield, but lack of money couldn't further his dream to become an architect. He couldn't go to college, he couldn't do any of that. Probably wasn't motivated enough because he was in such a bad household. With Trish, he used to tour houses and dream of buying one he really loved. He makes an offer, but the agent says theirs isn't the highest, because obviously he doesn't have that much money. He's a fucking English teacher, for crying out loud. She suggests he write a letter to those sellers, but eventually he couldn't get it. Like, this is kind of where the ode to the house started. He wrote a letter to the buyers, the sellers, whatever, or to the buyers. He writes a letter to them, right? And he still doesn't get it. Roger wasn't as upset when his mother died. I mean, call him the house whisperer already. Jesus. Inspired by these events, he makes a lesson for students at Westfield High. Ode to a House. The assignment is to write a love letter to a house you love. And so it begins. The lesson is a smashing hit, and the kids love the idea. But one of the houses, where a certain Carol Flanagan lives, got the strange letters too. She was a bit blasé about it, knowing that it was Roger who was writing them. She's like, yeah, he visited here as a kid. Obviously, he knows about the house. The trio visit Carol, who is a lovely, warm lady. I mean, obviously, if you fuck with her, she's not very warm. She doesn't like to be fucked with. We learn that very, very quickly. Dean confirms that she also got the same letters, and is convinced Roger is indeed the Watcher, so they have a prime suspect right now. Even though they are wrong, and literally in the beginning, there's this dramatic irony that the audience knows that it's either Pearl, John, or Jasper. They know this, and maybe it switches through the neighborhood. Maybe Mo would be it one night. Maybe Maureen. You know, maybe everyone just takes turns playing tricks on them because they don't like these people as neighbors. They've all expressed their distaste for these people as neighbors, so maybe it's all of them. Nora and Dean now think of ways they can end this. The former suggests that confront him in a public place, which is kind of fucking ridiculous, honestly, and it's kind of fucked up. Like, you know, it is. Obviously, they see him as, like, this criminal. It's still kind of fucked up. Like, they see him as this weird guy. But yeah, that would be the best solution. The couple is certainly having fun, running around, solving the mystery, and getting their affection back. They follow Miko and Roger into a supermarket and confront the teacher in a very aggressive way. Maybe if they went about it more calmly, it would have been better. But no. Roger is sour about the confrontations and threatens that he will not leave this incident alone. He will make sure that you guys never hear the end of it, right? Jeez. Sure as day, the next morning he finds Roger standing in front of the house and watching it. A powerful enemy they have made in him. Roger rants about their status. Now they behave in such an entitled way, like, oh, you have to be stocking our house, right? You're poor, right? Yeah. At Pearl's house, a meeting of the Preservation Societies convene. So we finally get to see who the Preservation Society is in this neighborhood. It's really weird. Jasper is the secretary. John, whose real name is actually Bill. It's not John. This isn't John Graff. It's a guy pretending to be John Graff. And his name being John, they know that Dean knows that a guy named John Graff actually killed people in this house. Unless they're just making stories up. Right? We never know. He's introduced as its vice president and Pearl the president. They discuss the new renovations of the old houses in various areas. They don't like it. They want it to stay the same. They want it to have this old-fashioned look to them. It definitely seems like concrete evidence that this lot constitutes the Watcher and tries to scare off new residents not for money, but for destroying the heritage of the old houses. So now we kind of see what the motive is. The houses don't need changing in their regard. They can't just stand and watch it all change. Which is fucking stupid. It's their house. The bell rings, and it is Dean at the door. Pearl tries to deal with him from the door, but he hears a third person in the house. He hears him sneezing. He's like, what the hell was that? And she slams the door. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Right? She then creates a show and tries to scare off Dean, but he does not care. He has a nightmare that night. He envisions Roger has breached the house and is holding Carter at gunpoint, which, fuck. I mean, he could be doing that after being told that he's a powerful enemy. He wanted their house and shoots Carter when Dean wakes up screaming no. Dean is gradually losing his mind. He's literally going insane because of these incidents. He has scotch in the mornings, stops going to work, and looks visually depressed. When he does go to work on Nora's insistence, he sees Roger talking to Mo outside. Panicked, he confronts them, but Mo acts hysterically and shoos him away. It's a pretty funny sequence, I'm going to be honest. Obviously, this is a very serious situation, but this scene is rather funny. There are a couple funny scenes in this show. Nora and Dean elatedly inform the kids that they will finally be selling the house. Like, Dean has gone off the deep end. Like, this guy is going insane. So, $3.5 million in cash and a 10-day escrow. They have a new real estate agent, Bruce. Wonder how will Karen receive this? Theodora has some good news too. She has been accepted into an experimental trial for a new drug. Unfortunately, Nora receives a call from Bruce, who informs them that the family has taken back their offer. They read an article on page 6 titled House from Hell. Karen, you devil. It was indeed her that wrote this article. Karen was jealous because the Brannocks were actually making a profit selling the house, which normally isn't really supposed to happen. Like, she's been trying to make profit off the house and she wasn't able to, so she's getting kind of mad about it. However, they sell it to the next bidder and move back into the one bedroom in the city, so they're finally back into their old house. Will this shit go away though? I don't know. Dean, though, hasn't been able to let go of it and is still looking around himself with suspicion. He, locks the doors. He's, looking around to make sure no one's there to watch them. He, sees this homeless man on their sidewalk. He's damn near about to confront him. Obviously, he doesn't want to because he's holding back his urges to kind of be rude to people for no reason. I mean, yeah, dude, the dude has PTSD. That's all there is to say to it. Jennifer Coolidge is a comic treasure. Let's talk about the review. I mean, yeah, Jennifer Coolidge, very comical. The show had its funniest moments when Nora went to confront Karen in her office after the deal fell off. It is pretty fucking funny. I can't even lie to you. Her rant was hilarious, and she just brings so many shades to the character. The Watcher once again continued its relentless web of lies, deceit, and uncertainty to give us another episode where we are no closer to getting an answer. We are pretty much going to square one every single episode, which is the beauty of a true crime, pretty much. Although there does seem to be some inclination towards the identity of the Watcher the makers think of, nothing is quite clear. I feel like the Watcher has to be someone of the Preservation Society. It's not Roger Kaplan because he wants to buy the house. I think it's the Preservation Society because they've been hinting at this the entire show. I think it's the Preservation Society because they don't want the old houses to switch up like they're talking about this. I think it's one of those members. It is indeed remarkable how invested we have remained in the story until now. The many twists and turns episode 1 promised for the season have even surprised us on the brighter side. Bobby Cannavale's Dean is arguably the anti-hero we did not expect. It might be an aberration from the real-life story, but it dampens the mood a little bit here. I do not see how the series would extend to episode 7 other than giving us straight answers and solving the who does it for us. I'm pretty sure they actually solved it in real life, so I'm pretty sure episode 7 is going to solve it. If not, maybe they'll have another season. I don't know. Episode 6 was incredibly fun and heartbreak to see the reality of a family struggling with mischief from unknown evil people. Yeah, it's sad, all that stuff. It's just a good show, though. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go eat some lunch. England and Romania is wrapping up. It's not really a good game. Obviously, Romania is at the bottom of the bracket. Harry Kane just smacked a goal. If you guys want to go watch those, we're streaming those all day until 2 o'clock or so. We have games that we're playing all day. We will probably get 3 games in. But that's all. That's going to do it for the video content. I'm going to have to do a stream tonight, probably looking at the Ghost of Mutt and kind of responding to that. But yeah, I gotta write down the score for England and Romania real quick. England beat Romania by 6. I mean, Jesus. Romania got their ass kicked in this one. They literally got their ass handed to them. Okay. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. As always, GZTV with your favorite TV shows. I'm out. Have a good rest of your day. NBA